Hi, and welcome to another phone charger review. This time we're looking at a 10-port no-name 12-amp USB fast charger. According to the specifications, it's able to deliver 12 amps and it's able to actually deliver 3.5 amps max per port, or for some ports. And that's what got me interested. It has a wide input voltage and I think it has a very utilitarian design. I like it with the power brick in the back. It's all integrated and has a 3-prong connector, although I doubt it's actually grounded. But as you can see, all the ports are clearly labeled. We have 3.5 amps, 2.4 amps, 1.5 amps and 1 amp ports. But during testing, things quickly went south. So let's take you along and do some live testing, and well, I'll show you what happened. Listen to what happens when I plug one of my variable loads in. It's set to 2 amps. So there's a very high-pitched squeal. That's very noticeable. Let's plug in a second one to the 3.5 amp ports. Huh. Interesting. So now the squealing stops. Okay, let's take another port. So with one connected, it again squeals. So let's use one of the 1 amp ports. It's still audible. Okay, let's plug in a third one. Okay, so now at my standard testing with 3 times 5 volt 2 amps. If you listen closely, there's still a bit of squealing, but most of it has subsided. We're currently using 39.4 watts, so I'll do an efficiency calculation with that. Now I'll unplug 2 testers again. Now we have 2. Let's unplug another one. Okay, we're back to having 1. Wow. That's really uncomfortable. So let's do another test. I still have it plugged into the 1 amp port, but I set my tester to 0.0 amps. Well, we're getting 5.29 volts. That's a bit on the high side, but that's okay. But listen to what happens if I ramp it up. Okay, we're at 1 amp now. Damn, that thing makes noise. 2 amps. So this is a 1 amp port, or so it says on the label, but we're already at 2.5 amps. Now we're at 3 amps. Okay, my testers can't do more than 3 amps, but my EBD USB can. So we'll test with that next. No, I'll load it up with 10 first, see what happens. But just that noise makes it completely unusable. Holy shit. Okay, well, let me test 10 and see what happens. So testing 10 ports was also quickly finished. After adding 4 modules, so that's 8 amps at 5 volts, the charger would already start going into hiccup mode. And I ended up somewhere between 7 to 8 amps that I could load it and it wouldn't restart constantly. Later on, using the EBD USB, I was actually able to draw more current. So if I had to tell you one good thing about this charger, because let's face it, the rest isn't really very good, this charger actually delivers a 5 volt 4 amp load for 1 port, sustained without issues. There's no voltage sag or anything like that. And I even tried the 5 volt 4 amps with another 3 times 2 amps connected, and it managed that. So it can sustain 9 amps in total, but other than that, I mean, I'll show you some internals, but basically this charger is kind of bogus. There's a giant 5 volt supply, all the different labeled ports are, well, they're just fake. There's no circuitry or anything that regulates amperage. And although it looks nice, they're clearly reusing an old power supply inside. Board layout can certainly be done better. And well, I can't really recommend you getting this. If you really need 5 volts, 4 amps on one port, yeah, it might suffice. But other than that, it's just a squealing mess, and well, I'd recommend getting something else. Another thing I noticed when I had the EBD USB connected to my tablet and the power supply connected to the EBD USB is that my touchscreen would go completely haywire. So something with the earthing or grounding or whatever in this power supply is really off, because if I use the better brands, Aki, Anker, Transmart, you name it, I don't have these problems. So yeah. You can decide for yourself, but it's certainly not recommended. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the associated blog post on blog.quinorian.org. I'll have a link in the description below. And maybe check out some other videos from my channel, like this video or dislike it if you hated it, and follow my channel. So hope to see you in the next video.